biotechnology. Because of biotechnology, so much progress is happened in the field of science. Now, here we will study the importance of biotechnology. Biotechnology is bringing about artificial genetic changes in the organisms, as well as we can say hybridization in the organisms for the well-being or for human welfare. Now, in the science or in the field of science, there are many branches of science. Few branches of science is included in the biotechnology. They are cytology, molecular biology, biochemistry, as well as genetic engineering. Because of biotechnology, so much progress is happened in the agricultural field as well as in the field of medical science or pharmacy. Because of doing many experiments in the field of agriculture, high-class varieties of various crops could be produced by using tissue culture. By doing many experiments in the field of pharmacy, various types of vitamins, antibodies, as well as hormones like insulin could be produced. Main areas of biotechnology. Main areas of biotechnology, it's meaning which all works happening because of biotechnology, or we can say what are the different functions doing with the help of biotechnology. So here now, because of the help of biotechnology, we can say they use microbes for the production of yogurt from milk and producing alcohol from molasses. So in biotechnology, they use microorganisms. Microbes means microorganisms for the production of yogurt from milk and alcohol from molasses. Molasses, that is the waste product which is producing in the refinery, sugar refinery we can say, or sugar producing factory. Then other thing, because of or use of productivity of cells, that means the number of cells as per our requirement. Large number of cells production is possible because of biotechnology. As a result of it, we can say that we are producing now as per our requirement large number of antibiotics, medicines we can say, as well as vaccines, that is injections, oral vaccine also there, as well as injections also there. So these all things are producing because of the use of productivity of cells which is happening in biotechnology. Now, in biotechnology, even using biomolecules like DNA as well as proteins for the human welfare or for the well-being of the human beings. Now, because of biotechnology, they produce or develop plants, animals, as well as products of desired quality, which are things we want. Those things can be able to produce by gene manipulation. Gene manipulation means genes collecting from a body and some modifications are doing, and they are integrating that gene to the other organism, genome of other organism, that means a gene of other organism. Now here one example is there, production of human growth hormone is happening because of genetically modified bacteria. Here genetically modified bacteria is there. So because of the help of genetically modified bacteria, production of growth hormone in human beings is happening. So this is also a function or a work doing biotechnology, in biotechnology. So here what is saying, they done, or because of biotechnology so much progress is happening in the production of plants, animals, as well as desired quality or desired type of products by using, we can say that, by using gene manipulation. Gene manipulation, it's meaning genes modification. Some changes doing, we can say that changes doing. For that one example given, that is in the bacteria, its gene they changed by using biotechnology. As a result of it, in human beings, growth hormones production is possible. Now, other thing, use of genetic as well as non-genetic technique. Genetic technique means use of chromosomes, genes, DNA, etc. Use of non-genetic technique, that is the use of cells, tissues, etc. As a result of it, which all things are producing now? Tissue culture is happening, as well as varieties of large number of hybrid seeds are producing. Important stages in agricultural development. There are 9 different stages in agricultural development. First one, green revolution, then white revolution, blue revolution, then fertilizers, insecticides, organic farming, then apiculture, cultivation of medicinal plants, as well as fruit processing. In all these fields, biotechnology helped for the progress in all these fields. So for improving, for getting so much progress in all these fields, so much work done by the biotechnology, or with the help of biotechnology only, all these things are happened. Now here we will study in detail about each and every fields of agriculture. First thing, we can say that for the agricultural development, green revolution, how it is helped, we will see. First we will study what is meant by green revolution. Green revolution means the production of high yield from the crops because of using various types of, we can say that, fertilizers, then we can say that pesticides, improved varieties of dwarf wheat plant as well as rice plant, even proper management of water. Because of the help of all these things, we can say large quantities of food production, as well as we can say high quality food materials production could be possible. Now, for happening such a progress in the production of large quantities of food grains, two scientists done maximum, or we can say valuable contributions for producing large quantities of food grains. They are Dr. Norman Borlaug from USA and Dr. M.S. Swaminathan from India. Because of the help of these scientists in the field of green revolution, so much progress happened. As a result of it, we could be able to produce large quantities of food grains, even we can say high quality food grains. As a result of it, people started to live a happy life. Before, or we can say in the beginning of 20th century, problems of population explosion started. As a result of it, almost all countries, especially we can say underdeveloped countries as well as developing countries badly affected because of poor quality of food grains as well as poor quantity of food grains. During that time, people started to starve because of less availability of food grains. Later, so much methods applied by different scientists for the production of large quantities of food grains. Here, these two scientists, their valuable contribution helped for giving us enough quantities of food grains, even if there is population explosion. This much large number of population able to feed, their population is increasing, but at the same time size of the land remains the same. Even then, from that minimum sized land, large quantities, large number of people are getting enough food grains for eating. So we can praise or we can give honor to these scientists because of their valuable contributions. Only we are getting enough quantities of food grains. Here now we can say that improved dwarf varieties of wheat and rice. Dwarf varieties of wheat and rice they selected because one important thing, even if a storm is getting, because of their short size, those plants won't fall. So to them no problem will happen. Otherwise the heighted varieties of crop plants will select because of storm or wind, we can say. They may fall, then it will affect the production of grains. Here short varieties, dwarf variety means a short varieties they taken and they done the improvement in them. As a result of it, falling problem won't be there. They remain safely and the production of grains can be done without affecting the plants. Then here we can say fertilizers they used, pesticides they are using it. Because of the help of fertilizers as well as, fertilizers means quantity of food grains can be increased. Then pesticides means the germs or the pests which are harming the plants, to them can be killed. And we can say that how much quantities of water supply require, as per the requirement water supply facility done. So as a result of it, plants without any problem they started to grow well. What is white revolution? White revolution is the increase in the production of milk as well as milk products. Here Dr. Varghese Kurian is considered as the father of milk revolution because of his thinking, because of his effort. We can say that he's done a great effort for making cooperative dairy movement of Anand in Gujarat. As a result of it, he given awareness in the minds of the people for the proper utilization of the milk. Long before, people were unable to utilize the milk, how much is producing or how much is collecting from the milking animals. But because of the effort of Varghese Kurian, people started to collect the milk from cows, buffaloes, etc. After that, they used to sell it in various milk centers. After that, the collected milk used to send to the main centers, like we can say this Anand in Gujarat, as well as various other centers of Anand. There they used to do various experiments for the production of good quality products, even we can say newer products, as well as we can say that their preservation, the milk used to collect there. After that, new experiments used to conduct for testing the quality of milk, as well as they are producing newer products from milk, as well as they used to store it and keep milk as well as milk products. Then, because of such a milk industry, now enough quantities of milk is available to the people who resides in cities like Mumbai, Delhi, then etc. So now all over India we can say that availability of milk is sufficient quantities of milk is available to the people, those who stay in different cities in India. So here again in Anand means it is the milk, we can say head office of the milk center, we can say. Now there different types of products like milk, we know packet milk, then ghee, butter, paneer, chach, etc. All these products are producing. Then from there it's selling as well as marketing is taking place. Because of that, the people, those who stay, they started to grow more number of milking animals. After that, they are collecting the milk and selling to the milk centers which are near to the rural areas. As a result of it, they are getting daily income. Because of that, we can say that now, as a result of white revolution, now from milk we can say income started to get, as well as we can say that milk is the third income source of the people, those who stay in the rural areas. The people, those who stay in the rural areas are having first income source from the agriculture, second income source, that is from, we can say, casual labor, that means the daily which work they are doing, from that they are getting the third income source, that is milking animals, cows, buffaloes, etc. Then one more thing we can say that because of milking, that industry, milking, we can say that because of white revolution, the milk industry itself became self-sufficient. That means we can say that enough money or financially they are fit and fine. The milk industry itself is financially fit and fine, self-sufficient we can say. People are getting enough types of milk products without any difficulties. Even we can say that with cheap rate. Even one more important advantage is there, people, those who are working for growing or rearing milking animals, or we can say to the rural people, the people those who stay, to them a source of income became now. They are growing animals as well as they are getting milk. So because of that, we can say that many people got an employment because of milk industry. What is blue revolution? Blue revolution is the production of large number of aquatic organisms, different types of aquatic organisms. For example, we can say fishes. So because of the cultivation of various types of fishes in the water, enough quantities of fishes can be produced. Aquatic organisms like shrimps can be produced, lobsters can be produced. Because of that, people will get enough quantities of aquatic organisms with cheaper rate. Government of India started a program. That program is known as Neel Kranti Mission, that is launched in the year 2016 for pisciculture. Pisciculture means cultivation of fishes. Even Government of India encouraging the people for pisciculture by giving 50% to 100% of subsidies. Subsidies means we can say that financial support for pisciculture. In marine as well as freshwater, pisciculture is possible, or we can say fish culture is possible. At present, freshwater, rohu, katla, shrimp as well as lobsters are cultured on a large scale. What are fertilizers? Fertilizers are the substances what we are adding and giving to the plants for their proper growth. We can say that as a nourishment, we people are adding and giving to the plants fertilizers. Now there are two types of fertilizers. One is organic manure, other one that is chemical fertilizers. Now organic manure means plant as well as animal waste. When we put and give organic manure into the soil, slowly its decaying process take place. As a result of it, humus, a dark colored material will form in the soil, that is known as humus. Now that humus is helping for the growth of earthworms as well as fungi in the soil. As a result of it, they produce essential elements like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium in the soil. These nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium are very much essential elements for the growth of plants. When we add organic manure in the soil, the conservation of the soil will take place, or we can say soil conservation will take place. What is soil conservation? We can say that protection of soil will take place. Fertility of the soil will be maintained. One more thing, when we add organic manure into the soil, the water holding capacity of the soil improved. Now, chemical fertilizers. We can say that chemical fertilizers helping for the growth of plants, but it should have some limited use of it. We should have some limited use of chemical fertilizers. If we use abundant quantities of chemical fertilizers in the soil, the fertility of the soil destroys. As a result of it, we have to use very limited quantities of chemical fertilizers in the soil. Now, chemical fertilizers in the form of liquid is using in the soil-less farming. Soil-less farming, we can say that we can cultivate small type of plants we can say vegetables or different types of small plants in the water itself, or we can say in the sand or in the gravels. So for that we can use liquid fertilizers. Now solid fertilizers, if you are using solid or liquid fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, if you are using in large quantities, there will be harmful effects. Soilless farming has got one more name, that is hydroponics. Hydroponics means cultivation of the plant either in the water alone, or we can say in the gravel. Gravel means small stones, or we can say in the sand. What are insecticides? Insecticides are a type of pesticides. Actually we can say they are poisons. They are chemicals. These insecticides are used by the farmers for spraying on the plants as well as trees for killing insects or disease germs which are growing on them. As a result of spraying of insecticides, a poison is entering into the water as well as food materials. These poisonous substances are reaching or entering into the food web through water as well as food. When organisms take the food materials or water, these insecticides enter in their body in small proportion. Again, to those organisms eaten by other organisms, the same poison entering in the other organism's body. Again we can say that from one organism to other organism, the same poison keep on passing. This is known as biomagnification. Here there are different types of insecticides like DDT, malathion and chloropyrifos. These all are used as insecticides for killing the germs or insects which are growing on crop plants or other fruit trees or other type of plants. But at the same time, in the use of insecticides, there are negative effects like getting problems or entry of poisonous substances into the body of other organisms. What is organic farming? Organic farming is a method of production of plants as well as animals without the use of fertilizers, pesticides, antibiotics, hormones, etc. Now here you can find that there are various things as well as methods are helping for organic farming. One, biofertilizers, then crop rotation process, cultivation of animals, animal husbandry, then use of biological organisms, biological management, that is frog, etc. for killing the pests. Then here use of green manures, other type of manures, then vermicompost, etc. These all things are helpful for the organic farming. Now what is meant by organic farming? It is a method of production of plants as well as livestock. Livestock means domestic animals without the use of fertilizers, pesticides, antibiotics, hormones, etc. Here then different steps given as well as different things given for organic farming. They are biofertilizers, then crop rotation process, growing of animals, that is animal husbandry, then use of biological management. We can say that frogs or other animals for eating pests or insects. Then we can say use of green manure, other type of manure, then we can say vermicompost. Now here we can say that even for manure we can use oil cake, one example of manure, oil cake. This is also helping for organic farming. Then vermicompost means we can say as earthworm culture. Earthworm culture. So vermicompost means earthworm culture, then manure. Here one example, that is oil cake. These are things we can use for organic farming. What is apiculture? Apiculture means honey bee culture. Traditionally, honey bees used to grow on tree tops and they used to make honeycomb over there. Once honeycomb or honey hive is made, in that full of honey become, people used to make smoke with the help of tobacco or any other type of wood. Then they used to make means a burning torch. Then that they used to show in front of the comb. Then with the help of that smoke they used to become unconscious. Then they used to remain one place or they used to fall. Once they fall, they used to remove the honeycomb as well as honey from that. But with that process, many honeybees used to die. Even honeycomb or their hive used to destroy. But at present, because of new technology, honeybee boxes are made. Now these honeybee boxes, they are keeping in the field or in their plots. Then once the honey fills in the honeybee boxes, then honey collection became easy without destroying the honeybees as well as their hive. Before means it used to be on tree top, then people were unable to reach on it. So from downside itself they used to burn wood or something. Then they used to keep it from down to upward direction. So as a result of it, even that fire used to harm or kill the honeybees. But now it is happening means in front of us only. Boxes are not having so much height. So near to us only it is happening. So because of that, for driving away honeybees for some time became easy to the people by showing the smoke near the box. But at the same time care is taking that not to harm them. Before means that much care was not taking, because of that many honey bees used to die. Cultivation of medicinal plants. In Ayurvedic medicines, plant products, we can say stem, leaves, roots, even we can say flowers, fruits of different types of plants are utilizing. With the help of Ayurvedic medicines, many types of diseases are getting cured. Now, for making Ayurvedic medicines, plant products we are using. But because of the depletion of forest, the number of plants or number of medicinal plants are not available, or it's the number of medicinal plants reduced. As a result of it, now the medicinal plants which is required for making different types of Ayurvedic medicines, that needs to be cultivated. Before it was available from forest, but now forest's number reduced. Because of that, medicinal plants number also reduced in the forest. As a result of it, now for making Ayurvedic medicines, we ourselves need to cultivate the medicinal plants. Fruit processing. Why to do fruit processing? Because most of the types of fruits are not available throughout the year. Because of that, we have to make different products by using fruits. Here there are few examples of products of fruit. They are chocolates, juices, jams as well as jellies. Fruits are perishable foodstuffs. Because of that, for keeping fruits long time is very difficult. Because of that, we have to make processed fruits. Now here there are different methods of fruit processing. They are drying, salting, keeping in airtight containers, then preparing murabba as well as evaporation. Now preparing murabba means the fruits which we want. We can say that desired type of fruit, either in full size or cut condition, we can preserve or store it in the sugar solution, as sugar solution is a preservative. Then dates, grapes, these are things we can preserve it after doing evaporation process. Then many other foodstuffs we can preserve it by doing drying process, then salting process, as well as we can keep them in airtight containers.